Yes.
So interview 2, where I'm gonna be the interviewer and Thomas is gonna be the interviewee. Again, sorry for our voices, we both have a little bit of a cold there. So Thomas, good afternoon.
Yes.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so let's not waste any time. You applied for an internship here at our company. First of all, let me begin with a bit of a strange question.
Yes.
If I would call one of your relatives, let's say I'm going to call your mother, and the first question what I'm going to ask her is, who is Thomas? I'm not going to ask any weird questions. Who is Thomas? What would you say?
Well, let me start by saying I like this opening of questions. And second, what my answer is, I think that I am a people's person, if you will. I function best when I'm around people instead of working alone, but that doesn't mean that I cannot go forward if I have to work on my own, but I really prefer being around people and society. Second, I think she would call me, she would tell that I'm someone who likes to, how do you say this, likes to build up relationships. I always keep in contact with my friends and ask, hey, how are you doing, when I haven't seen them in a long time or haven't had any contact. You know, I like to maintain those relationships that are important to me. Yeah.
Is that also why you started studying psychology in
applied psychology? Yeah.
Applied psychology, yeah.
That's definitely one of the reasons. But that's like 3 years ago, I think.
Yeah, it says 2000. Well, 4 years now.
Yeah, 4 years now. 4 years ago, and at that time, I was a bit of struggling with myself as well. And I was thinking, okay, I can't find a course. I'm like this person. Maybe this is the course for me. So I started there, and I made. It was a wonderful year, even though I didn't go through with it. I applied for several fraternities there. Took advantage of the possibilities that you can get as a student, such as fraternities. Did everything I could. And the results were that I made a lot of new friends, got to know a lot of new people, but failed to pass the course with a lot of 5.4, so to speak. So at the end of that year, I decided to take a year off. And within that year, I started working at, as you can see on my resume as well, at Stichting or URU.
Yeah, URU.
And after that I came where I am now, my current study, which is International Leisure Management.
Okay.
But I'll be glad to tell you something about that period because I learned a lot there. But
do you think that's a closed period?
Sorry?
Do you think that's a closed period now? Do you really think that you know what you want to do and that you're on the right track with studying ILM?
But a close period, like short.
Closed.
Oh, closed. Yeah. Sorry for
page.
misunderstanding. Yeah, definitely a closed period. That's also the reason why I left, because when I started working there, I was a completely different person than I am now, and during my stay there and learning about being a coach assistant and having your own responsibilities and giving a lot of insight about yourself and about things you were dealing with at the time really made me more mature. And after a few months, almost a year, 11 months I think it was, I said to him, my coach slash friend slash boss, that
Yeah,
a lot of slash. He was a great person. I said to him, I'm really disappointed that I have to tell this, but I have the feeling I have to move on because this is done, and I really want to go back to with my own life. And so
okay.
That was it.
So I've heard you talking a lot about being social, and I also can see what you've been doing here. But the only link which I can find, which is music related, is that you've worked as a bar in that bar, Café Sante, it's called.
Café Santé, yes.
Santé.
It means cheers.
So, what? Of course, we ask for a strong link to the music world. What would you say that is your link? What's your feeling?
Of course. Let me start with saying in music, I don't. How do you say this? Yeah, it's fine, it's fine. In my resume, I didn't have a lot of work experience within the music industry. However, I am a really big fan of music, and I also played the piano for several years, and now I'm really into the techno genre, in the techno music, and even so much that I am considering buying equipment to produce myself. However, currently I'm studying in Breda, and studying is not free and also not cheap. So I haven't got to the point yet to do so, but music is one of the biggest hobbies to do in my life, and also love to go to events. And when I saw this internship, I thought like, okay, I do not have as much experience within the industry as others maybe, but I do know myself, and I do know that I'm very, very motivated to learn everything about this industry, from setting it up to do the marketing and everything that comes with it. And I think this was somewhat of my first step to being part of this world, and therefore I thought I have to pick my chances here and go for it.
Okay, so we also ask, of course, for some professional competencies.
Of course.
Yeah, you are social. Can you be social online? Can you handle LinkedIn? Because I've looked that you don't got LinkedIn. You do use Facebook, those kind of things.
Yep.
But what's your professional attitude towards these networks?
Okay.
Sites?
Personally, I mainly use Facebook indeed, and LinkedIn not so much. And I think it's also very useful for industries like this. But personally, I don't think you need to have it to understand it. What social media is, it's something that is dynamic, very fast, and people don't like to see loads of text and whatever. They like to see in 1 second what it is and what it stands for. And I think within the music industry, I can handle these social media types quite well, because I understand how they work. You don't have to make long posts, you have to be catchy, you have to be creative, you have to trigger them in like 1 or 2 seconds. And not having my own LinkedIn or
Facebook?
No.
Oh.
Instagram, sorry, is not a minus, but something I understand it, but I don't use it personally because I don't want to use it.
Okay.
But once again, for the industry, it's of great assistance, of course. It's a way to reach people very fast.
So I've seen you done work for a political party, which is quite left. Does that reflect your own political attitude?
Not at all. I stumbled upon this job. Father of a friend of mine, he worked for our local government, and he was part of the party D66, D66 we call in Dutch. And we had to do what was supposed to be done was gather information via enquêtes, surveys, sorry, and gather information about what people think of it and etc.
Okay, but
my political point of view is not left and not right. I'm more in the middle of it.
okay.
You know?
You can be consensual as well.
Of course.
That's a good thing. So any experiences abroad?
Yes, but it's not work related. I've traveled through Europe I've been backpacking through Europe by my own. Visited Greece, Albania, and countries like that. But work-related, not so much.
Would you say that was a sabbatical?
Yes.
Okay, fair enough. Good. So, of course, you're going to be abroad for 3 months. You've said you've been backpacking. Any homesickness?
No, I love backpacking. I'm homesick from the destination I have to leave, if you will, if you can say it like that.
What if you're in the same office for 3 months? Is that the same?
I think it's definitely not the same. But besides work, you also have a social life after it, which of course I really care for, and I think that is also part of working abroad, is that you also have a personal life there outside of work hours. And within the company I can also make a lot of friends and meet new people, and I think because everything is new impulse, it won't have the effect of being dull whatsoever. I think it would be open a lot of more doors for me and make me more energetic and more willing to work even more.
So if you go there, what would you consider your main activity? Working as an intern, or the experience itself?
No, of course, work is at first place. And I think what I would have to do has a lot to do with social media and thinking about best ways to reach the customers of this company, the target group. And afterwards, in my spare time, I can develop my social life. But of course, work is at first place.
Good.
Didn't I understand your question correctly?
No, you understand correctly. At least your answer was correct, so that's a good thing. Yeah, as you could read in the description, of course we're based in London, but we also do a lot of international work. English is of course a requirement. By any chance, are there any other languages you speak?
Yeah, I speak my native language, of course.